Hi, I'm immigration attorney Heather Poole. Today I will be talking about misrepresentation waivers for green card holders who are facing removal. For more information about me, stay tuned until the end of this video to learn more about my extensive experience in this area. For permanent residents now in removal proceedings due to having committed fraud to obtain their green card, a waiver for fraud is available in many circumstances if the immigrant is not barred from keeping their green card for any other ground besides the fraud. A waiver is also available to Violence Against Women Act self-petitioners who do not have to be permanent residents to obtain the waiver. If the waiver is approved, the permanent resident cannot be removed due to fraud, even if the permanent resident received their green card due to a fraudulent marriage. So who can qualify for a waiver in removal proceedings? The waiver requires that the immigrant must have a U.S. citizen or permanent resident spouse, or a U.S. citizen or permanent resident parent, or a U.S. citizen or permanent resident child. Note that children are not available as qualifying relatives for misrepresentation waivers for non-permanent residents, but they are for green card holders. The immigrant possesses an immigrant visa or equivalent document at the time of admission, and lastly, were otherwise eligible for a green card at the time of admission, if not for the fraudulent act. Now, this is still a discretionary waiver that can only be filed in front of an immigration judge, who will weigh many factors based on case law to determine if the immigrant should be granted the waiver and deserves to be granted it. Contact us today to find out if you are eligible for a waiver and the chances of a waiver being approved if I am your attorney. There are many different factors that consulates consider, and waiver cases are big undertakings. Judges will follow the AAO decisions and other BIA decisions for looking at factors in old suspension cases. Don't run out of time to make a strong case. I am an expert in complex family-based immigration cases and have a 98% approval rate for the past 12 years. I am a nationally published immigration author and frequent public speaker on immigration topics. I regularly train other immigration lawyers on complicated marriage and family immigration cases for the American Immigration Lawyers Association, Federal Bar Association, and National Legal Education Providers. I represent clients all over the U.S., traveling to immigration interviews and deportation proceedings. Visit our website, humanrightsattorney.com, for more in-depth information and articles on complex family immigration issues.